The Elgato Stream Deck pedal is an amazing purchase I am really happy about. To give you a direct gear review here and now, I'm gonna just say this. If this thing would break, I would purchase it again. That's how much I really like it. So here I have the Elgato Stream Deck, and I gotta say the same thing. If this thing would break somehow, drop it into the floor and it falls into pieces, I would pretty much purchase it again. I like it a lot, and I made a lot of reviews about it here on the channel, saying that it's good, and explaining what you can do with it. But why do I want both? Well, I honestly think I'm going to need my two hands for this one. So what you see here is my menu. So if I click here, I jump to this part. Here is another menu, jump here, here it is. As you can see, I have a lot of different menus, and I often jumping around on this thing, navigating to different directions of what I want to reach depending on what I'm doing in my production. So when I'm usually recording like this, I might need to navigate around on this thing to just make sure, for example, I click here, I have a lot of keys, I'm navigating here, and then I might need to jump here suddenly. So I'm just jumping around on the menu all the time, on different menus. But the beautiful thing about this pedal is that regardless of what menu I'm on, as you can see here, I'm jumping around on a lot of different menus, I can still click these keys. It's like having an efficient extra Elgato Stream Deck that you can reach with your feet. And that's the beauty. I'm usually using this to record in instant replay methods that I've showcased previously on this YouTube channel in strange ways and tricks how to record and edit videos on vMix. Let me show you what I mean right here, right now. As you might see, I'm kind of holding down this key here, because if I let go, I'm gonna mark out. I'm gonna do this. And if I hold it down again, I'm gonna mark in. So clicking on this pedal right there is gonna mark in for a recording, kinda. Releasing it is gonna mark out, end the recording. Now, if I actually let go of this hand, I'm gonna stop this specific recording, so I'm gonna keep holding that one down. I've also disabled these two because that would screw up this kind of recording too. But if I click this key, I'm gonna replay the most recent thing, which I'm currently kinda talking about now, what I've just recorded. If I click this thing, I also disable that, so nothing happens. But if I would click this thing, I would delete and remove the last recording. This means that I can sit and just click down this key, talk, click this key, listen to what I just said, click this key and remove it if I didn't like it. And when I'm happy with my recording, I just let go of this thing, as you might. And as you're seeing here next to me, we are gathering more and more samples that I have basically recorded. Kind of more or less editing the video as I'm recording the video. And it becomes a very beautiful workflow that I can just navigate freely with my feet. Well, in this case, I'm sitting and holding it with my hand, but well, I'm making a review for it. Normally you don't see this thing in the videos, it's down beneath on the floor. But while I'm live streaming or while I'm doing something, I can still navigate around and operate the more open, broad things while I'm always having access to my free keys that I'm always clicking no matter what. So let's talk about the build. Like obviously we're gonna put our feet on it, so it needs to be kind of durable. And I have to say, it really is. Once again, I have actually disabled these two keys, and once again I have to hold down this key, otherwise I will stop recording this little segment. But I have to say that it feels kind of nice. It has a very nice feeling to it. You need to actually push down a little bit, so you can rest your feet a tiny bit on it, and when you want to push down, you don't need that much force. So it has a good resistance, I would say. My recommendation, because sometimes I'm actually holding down these keys quite long, I'm putting my other leg above my other leg to help just putting down with sheer gravity and just being heavy. I'm not using my muscles, I'm just using the weight of my legs instead. Because it can actually get a little bit tiring sitting and pushing down all the time, and it can be a little bit tiring having your feet like this. So I often just have my foot here And when I want to record, I put it up there and I put another leg on top of the leg to make sure it stays there when I want to hold down the pedal key longer. The cable, as you can see, is actually quite long, so you're not really gonna have a problem like having it far away from your computer, so to say. Otherwise, you can just get longer cables, I guess. But the cable is still pretty long. You're not gonna have a problem with this, like reaching your computer, even though this is on the ground floor. It's also not that heavy. It's easily handled with just one hand. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little short gear review. And like I said before, if this actually would break, I would purchase it once more.